Today we go over exciting news when it comes to the Star Wars franchise, specifically on the characters of Obi Wan Kenobi and Qui Gon Jinn. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So, what's really interesting today, San Diego Comic-Con, we've been hearing a lot of different things about the Star Wars franchise. Just yesterday, we got that official confirmation about the Clone Wars Season 7 hitting Disney's streaming service in 2019. Now, what's even all the more exciting is just today, you guys may be aware of the author Claudia Gray. She wrote Star Wars Lost Stars, and of course, Star Wars Bloodline, which honestly I enjoyed Lost Stars a whole lot more than Bloodline, because Bloodline was a more political novel, book, whatever. But looking at Claudia Gray specifically today, we learned something very, very exciting involving Master and Apprentice. So this is the name of Claudia Gray's new book coming out that is going to be all about Obi Wan Kenobi and Qui Gon Jinn. We're going to be learning about tons of new things, different things involving different adventures between these two characters. We're not quite sure specifically on when this is going to take place. It's considered a prequel trilogy era book from what I have heard, but I'm not quite sure exactly what they will be really exploring. Now, if you had to ask me, I think it would be great if this all takes place before the events of Star Wars The Phantom Menace, where you do get to see the early life of Obi Wan Kenobi and Qui Gon Jinn and their adventures together in their missions, etc. Now, this is something that I think a lot of fans have been waiting for. We've all been waiting to hear more about Qui Gon Jinn and Obi Wan Kenobi. And to be quite honest with you, if you guys have read any of Claudia Gray's novels, I think that they are gold. Especially Star Wars Lost Stars, that was a real good book. Bloodline, it was good, but you really got to be into the political aspect of Star Wars, so if you guys like that and you want to learn more about Leia, go ahead and read up Bloodline. It's actually taken place a couple of years before the events of The Force Awakens. So, this novel, we're going to be learning a whole lot more about the lives of Obi Wan Kenobi and Qui Gon Jinn, where you explore the whole entire concept of them being master and apprentice. I got a big feeling here that this is going to be a book set before The Phantom Menace, giving you more of an origin story of exactly Qui Gon Jinn, you know, essentially bringing in Kenobi to be his apprentice, etc. I think that that's what a lot of fans want to see, or should I say hear about. So, looking at the future of the Star Wars franchise, San Diego Comic-Con, we've been hearing a lot of different things about Star Wars. I think that the most exciting part was the Clone Wars Season 7, and now hearing about this guy, guys, I gotta say, I mean, I'm a huge Qui-Gon fan, I'm a huge Obi Wan Kenobi fan. I think that's the reason as to why a lot of Star Wars fans around the world really want to see these two characters back in some way, shape, or form on screen, which I believe will happen eventually. If you get in that Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, you're gonna get a Qui-Gon Jinn cameo without a doubt, because we've seen this trend with all these different Star Wars movies, right? If you look at all these different movies, the ending of each film has a massive cameo. And next up in line in Star Wars Episode 9, who knows who's gonna actually appear. As for the Obi-Wan movie, I think it's gonna be Qui-Gon Jinn. But anyways, guys, what do you expect to see, or should I say hear about, in this new book by Claudia Gray, Master and Apprentice, featuring new tales, new adventures of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn? Personally, I think it's going to be quite a great seller when it comes to Claudia Gray's books. I think it's going to do a really good job because a lot of fans just want to learn more about Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, when we look at Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think that looking at him in the prequel trilogy and in the original trilogy, we've all been wondering, you know, what about more stories before the events of The Phantom Menace? And that's what it seems like we are getting. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
We are alone again, no, I'm not nights in the